For months, we've talked about getting vaccinated, and while we wait for most people to get their shot in the arm, we've been asked a lot if companies and employers could force you to get a shot, and if asking about your vaccination status is against any HIPAA laws. So we brought in legal expert Amy Feldman to answer some of these questions that so many people have been asking. How are you, Amy?
I'm doing terrific. Thank you.
Great to have you with us this evening. So many questions, and so let's start with this one. Is a company violating the law if they make you show proof of vaccination?
They are not. The Equal Employment Opportunity Commission has said that it's not a violation for an employer to require that you are vaccinated and to prove it.
Wow. Okay. Let's back up a little bit. Can you explain what HIPAA is?
Right. So everybody talks about a HIPAA violation, but they're, for the most part, using that wrong because HIPAA, the Health Insurance Accountability and Portability Act, actually only covers institutions that hold your medical records, like your doctor, your dentist, or your insurance company. Your employer doesn't hold your medical records. It has to ask you for your medical records. So what people, I think, mean when they say, isn't this a violation of HIPAA, is, doesn't this violate my right to medical privacy?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Right. So the answer to that question is simply asking whether someone's been vaccinated does not violate your right to medical privacy.
Okay, well, let's take it a step further then. What about employers? Can they ask you to get the shot?
Yes. So
Wow.
That's another thing that I know it's surprising, right? Because we know that school districts have required kids to get vaccinated, but until now, only certain types of employers have required vaccinations. For example, people who work in hospital settings have for a long time been required to get vaccinated. Now, other employers have the right to ask that because we're in the middle of a pandemic. That said, there are exceptions to that where an employer may not require that you get vaccinated.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, so if you have a medical reason why you cannot be vaccinated, and your employer says to you, can ask the question, have you been vaccinated? If you say, I can't be vaccinated because of a medical condition, in that case, the employer may be in danger if they ask follow-up questions of finding out medical information that they don't have the right to learn, and or if you can't be vaccinated and they fire you for it, but the reason you can't is because of a medical reason, there may be a violation of the Americans with Disabilities Act if there would be other reasonable accommodations that they could make so that you and your coworkers would remain safe even if you aren't vaccinated.
There's this widely believed notion that employers don't have this much power, but they do.
In this case, they do. It's not always the case, right? Because there are special rules here because the CDC and the government and the World Health Organization have all said that we're still in the midst of this pandemic, even though we're very fortunate here that in most areas of the country, our numbers are really going down. But for now, the government has said that employers can ask in an effort to keep people safe.
Okay, Amy, thank you so much for your expertise and have a great weekend. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.